Good morning, all. On behalf of Youth Stake Lead Thought Leadership Club, I, Sujatha Vaidyanathan, welcome you all. We all want to create changes, and in fact, this club tries to bring few such thoughts. So, for thought leadership, today's speaker is Rakhi Gupta ji, who is an English teacher by profession. She will share her insight on the use of proper language and intonation. Like you all, I am also curious to find her point of view and listen her actively. At the end of the talk, Quizmaster Dipanwita Bhattacharya will ask you few questions. So kindly unmute yourself and take part actively in the discussion. So let's listen to Rakhi Gupta ji on the fantastic topic, be more acceptable using proper language and information. Thank you.
Thank you, Sujatha ma'am. And a very good morning to all Youth Tech Lead Thought Leadership Club members and Sudevi Kuheli, Dipanwita Bhattacharya, our quiz master today, and all the joining members. I hope they have already joined through this Zoom meeting. It's a wonderful morning. Actually, it's a really good morning for us. I'm from Kolkata, and some few days back, Kolkata was incessantly raining, was just like Venice, in some pockets still waterlogging.
Waterlogged.
Yes, waterlogged we are, and some disastrous cases have also occurred due to electrocution. So we really praying to God Varuna that even for some days we don't need actually rain. So it's really a fine morning today for us, and I really feel myself privileged to share some thoughts today on the topic that we are going to talk today, how to be more acceptable. Now, as we all know that we are all social beings, right? And we need help in every walk of our life of our fellow beings. And now it is really not it's a good idea to lead a life being very individualistic, because without having help from other fellow beings, it's really not possible to lead a blissful life. Our motto is to live a better life and to let live, isn't it? So in order to do that, it is really very important to be acceptable to the society, to our fellow beings, those who are around us. And there are several ways to be acceptable. Now, I think the one very important aspect of being acceptable is what you are saying and what you are doing. If there is a parity, if you can maintain a parity and balance between what you are saying and what you are doing, automatically you would be acceptable, more acceptable. But our focusing point today is to be acceptable. There are two special aspects. Number one, intonation, and number two, choosing proper words, proper phrases, and proper language. Now, first come to the point on intonation. What is intonation? Intonation is nothing but rising and falling of our voice. When we speak, how we speak, that is the main feature. Now, while we speak, we use all these traits, but most of the time being very unconscious about it. Now, in case of intonation, we have actually three kinds of intonation: rising, falling, and a mixture of falling, rising, and rising, falling. Another point is level, to maintain level. Whether while I'm talking in a flat voice, a low voice, or a high voice. So three levels and three types of intonation, right? And another thing is, first of all, let's take an example of a particular sentence. Suppose one of your known person have gone through a very sad situation and you have come to comfort him or her, and you want to say just this word, I'm really sad to hear that. Now, this deliverance, how would you express? Uh, you know, according to your deliverance, you could express yourself being very sincere, being very nonchalant, being very dramatic, and even sometimes being sarcastic. If you say like this, uh, oh, I'm really very sad to hear that. So you are becoming dramatic a little bit. It shows that the person you are actually, you are kind of show off person. If you say, oh, I'm really very sad to hear that, you are being sincere. That means you do really feel for the person. If you say, I'm really very sorry to hear that, it means you are nonchalant. It doesn't matter whether something has happened to the person or not. And sometimes if you express in that way, oh, really, I'm really very sad to hear that. So it, it does say that you are becoming sarcastic. Maybe you are mocking at the person because you don't believe the situation, what really has happened to the person. Maybe the person is overreacting, so you are becoming sarcastic. So according to the intonation, the rising and falling of your voice, you are reaching to the person, and at the same time it reflects the personality of the person, what you are. And it also tells whether you will be acceptable to the person or not. Now, take another example of a one single word. The maybe we may take the word as really. Really could be expressed in so many various ways. You could express your sincerity, your proximity, your worriedness, you are overburdened with grief. Everything could be expressed with the single word. If you say, oh, really? So you are very sincere. Oh, really? You are becoming close, intimate to the person. If you say, oh, really? So you are worried. If you say, oh, really? You are overburdened with grief. So everything is expressed through the intonation of your voice, but uh, it is very clear to us that we really become conscious when we deliver such things. So our talking point is that sometimes we have to be conscious in order to do that, to become more acceptable. Because we have to think about the person to whom I am speaking, right? First of all, what is intonation? Intonation can be described as the movements or variation in pitch to which we attach familiar labels describing levels, as I have already said. That means high or low, and tones falling, rising, etc. The way voice goes up and down, and that one word is pitch. Actually, it is pitch that we use. Now, intonation is about how we say things, absolutely, rather than what we say. And without intonation, it is impossible to understand the expression and thoughts that go with words. It is real, because the way I am speaking, the way I'm delivering my speech, it tells about the meaning. It clears the meaning, actually, what I really want to say. Key components of intonations. Intonation is based on several key components. Number one, pitch, that I have already said. Sentence stress. Not only sentence stress, but also word stressing, right? Stressing on different words actually, differentiates the meaning of the word, the sentence. And number three, rhythm. Now, about pitch, I have already said that rising and falling, maintaining level. What about stressing? Say, take for an example a sentence, she is wearing a red gown. It is a commonplace sentence. Now, if I say she is wearing a red gown, if I put stress on red, that means that she is wearing neither black gown, nor white gown, nor yellow gown, but only the red gown. So this stress actually clarifies the meaning, what I want to say. And if I come with the rhythm, rhythm means giving proper pace, whether I'm gapping properly or not. Now, some people, uh, whatever they say very fast, you know. Uh, Take for an example, I'm reading from, suppose you are complaining to a person, sir, would you like to express my concern about irregular clearance of garbage in my locality that has made the lives of the people living here unbearable? The environment of the locality has become unhygienic. Now, this kind of renderance sometimes makes us, you know, annoy us that I'm not getting your point, what you are saying. On the other hand, if we go very slow, sir, would you like to express, I would like to express my concern about irregular clearance of garbage in my locality. It's telling on our health and hygiene. So it's very irritating, you know, and it also challenges our patience also. So it is always necessary to put proper gap, and we should talk normally, actually, that people could be able to understand what I really want to convey. That is the rhythm of our deliverance. So these things actually make me more acceptable to the society, to the persons to whom we regularly come in contact, right? And yes, uh, now we can come to the point, on the point of choice of our words. Now it is a very common nation for us that whatever we say, if we add the magical word please with that, that means I am in a requesting tone, right? I'm requesting, say, because I have said whatever I have said with that please do it. So it's, I'm requesting, but in all occasion, it is not so. Take some examples. As I can say that a phrase, please do that. Now, if a boss is saying it to his subordinate, you know, sitting relaxed with cross-legged and saying, please do that to his subordinate, that means he is actually in a commanding tone. But he knows that out of courtesy, he has to add a please with that. So he has done this, but he's actually not requesting, but it's a kind of command, and the subordinate has to carry out his order. But if a friend, you know, pressing his hand, if he says, please do that, it's an honest request, actually. When we are praying to, oh God, please do that, it's a prayer. You are jogging in the morning with a fellow walker, and suppose your friend is asking you, is it good for my health if I go barefoot on the lush green of grass? And you are saying, yes, please do that. It's a suggestion. So tagging the word please with everything and anything doesn't mean that you are requesting. It could be, you know, various kind of functions of your sentence or deliverance. uh, Now take some situations. Let's talk about some situation. Suppose you are in a public place, maybe it's a bank where you have gone to for some transaction, maybe it's an educational institution or an office, and you have forgotten to take a pen, so you have to borrow a pen from anybody. If it is a bank, then you don't know who are standing beside you, but you want to borrow a pen. In that case, what would be your approach? What would be your intonation? Sir, excuse me, can I have your pen, please? But if it is up to your boss, you are going to borrow a pen from your boss, then it should be, sir, excuse me, if you don't mind, can I have your pen, please? If you have to borrow it from your teacher, then you have to say, sir, excuse me, if you don't mind, can I have your pen, please? Actually, sir, I was in such a hurry today that I forgot to take. You are going to give explanations, also excuses, because it is your teacher. So you have to be that much polite while you are borrowing the pen. But you cannot say, pen, please. If it is your boss, then he can say to you, pen, please. If it is your teacher, she can also say, pen, please. But being a student, being a subordinate, you cannot say, pen, please. So these are the approaches that we should be cautious and conscious while doing such as being in a society and doing these kind of everyday jobs, some tidbits of our everyday life. Come to situation number 2. You are suppose you are in a long drive on a highway. You are hungry. You have stopped your car in front of a roadside dhaba. You are having your favorite misi roti, dal, and whatever palang paneer, and you think that it will be heavenly if you have a touch of a spoonful of pickles. So what would you say to the service boy? भैया जरा अचार मिलेगा, थोड़ा थोड़ा पिकल मिलेगा, भैया एक ऑनियन मिलेगा. Now, is it so that you are really asking for thoda sa achar, a piece of onion? Instead, against of your asking, the boy would come with a plate of salad, a katori bhar ke achar, isn't it? Now that very particular word thoda actually has nothing to do, but it really makes you acceptable. If you say thoda sa milega, X milega. So these are some traits that we use. If you say achar lana, he will definitely give you, but you are not becoming acceptable to the boy, right? So these are some traits that we should keep in mind while doing all these types of activities, right? When Kajal says to Shahrukh, thoda sa jhoom lu main, zara sa ghoom lu main, she really doesn't mean it thoda sa or zara sa. It's a kind of deliverance that makes you more acceptable, right? Come to situation number 3. Suppose you are in a classroom, your teacher is writing something on the blackboard, and while writing, she has misspelled a word. Take for an example, the word is burlesque, burlesque. Burlesque is a genre of literature. It's a kind of, dramatic work, a parody, some kind of exaggerated version. So the real spelling is burlesque, and the teacher has written, suppose, bar. Now, how to notify it, how to tell her that she is at her fault, because she is superior to you, she is a respected person. So how would you appeal? Now, the straightforward way is, ma'am, you have spelled wrongly. This is not the correct spelling of the word. But see, whenever you are doing this, you are not becoming acceptable. She has to say sorry to you, and of course she will rectify the spelling, of course. But your approach should be, excuse me, ma'am, can I say something? If she says yes, then your approach should be, ma'am, actually I'm in a bit confusion. Is the spelling of the word starts with U or A? If you please check. So that would make you more acceptable. It's a more polite way to to approach her. So these are some very minor things in our life, but if we be very cautious, be very conscious about maintaining these, it actually makes us really acceptable to the people to around, I mean, among whom we really live. One thing more, please is a word, as I have said, yeah, we think it's a magical word. We, of course, we use in our mother tongues. I mean, in every language, in every Indian language, please has become that very. If I'm a Bengali, then please is a Bengali text for me. If I'm Hindi speaking, then in Hindi also we use please, Kannada, Telugu, whatever. Now, the correct translation of the word is in Bengali, Anugroho kore, Daya kore. In Hindi, it is Kripaya. So, but when we, in a colloquial term, we don't use those translated versions. Rather, we use please. But we have to keep in mind that only adding please doesn't mean that I'm really in a tone of requesting to the person. Whenever we face some people, even if I am facing the interviewer, so what I should do to be more acceptable: always put a smile on your face, wear clean clothes, not very expensive clothes, but clean and tidy and ironed clothes, because it gives a kind of inner strength, confidence, and of course, choose right words, right intonation, because a leader is someone who is unanimously and unconditionally accepted by all. That we have to keep in mind, right? And of course, our body language. Sometimes we bend ourselves a little bit forward. Sometimes we place our hand on our chest just to show our gratitude. These are non-verbal techniques. Some 2 weeks ago, I can remember that Mrs. Latha Chandran has given an excellent talk on non-verbal communication. So non-verbal communication also plays a very important role to be more acceptable. And if we really maintain these small, minor things, keep in mind, then the whole world is ours. So that was our talking point. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to use this platform today in the morning to share my thoughts with you. If it really helps you, even if a little bit, I'll be very happy. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It was very
Thank you.
nice. Thank you, Rakhi ji. It was really very enlightening. Thank you so much. Very simply, you gave us that all crust of the how to be presentable in front of all situations of life. Thank you so much.
So let's come to the quiz part. The questions will be shown on screen.
The sentence here will come, this particular sentence repeatedly, and stressing on different words of the sentence. Suppose there are 6 sentences in the sentence, 6 words, I'm sorry. I didn't say she stole my book. So 6 words are there. Now, putting stress on different words, you have to tell the different meaning of the
word. Sentence.
Meaning of the sentence, not the
Sentence.
word, but the sentence, right? When the stress is put on I, what does actually the sentence convey the meaning of to us? That's the question.
She didn't say she stole my book. So it's showing that I'm not, what to say, I'm not, I didn't say that. I am not telling that she stole the book. I am not telling. I am not telling like that.
Absolutely
Yes,
right.
ma'am.
I am not the person who is telling.
Next question.
I want to try this one.
Yes, please.
So the sentence should be said like, I didn't say she stole my book. So here I put the stress on didn't say, and probably it should mean that I didn't want to mean that she stole my book. This is not what I meant. Am I right?
Yes, but it can be another meaning also.
I didn't say, that means I had never ever said.
Never ever said, right?
I had never ever said that that she stole my book. There's no point. I had never said. It's absolutely wrong from my part.
I got it. Thank you.
Thank you, really.
Neha, can you try this one?
Can I try this? Can I say the answer to this one?
Yes, please.
Yes, Neha.
I was telling that I didn't say she stole my book. So that means that she has not stolen, somebody else might have stolen.
Is it the right answer, Dipanwita?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yes, absolutely
Wonderful.
correct.
Wonderful.
Next one.
We will run out of time, so I will request someone to pick this up. Sujatha ji.
I didn't
Anybody
say
please
she stole my book. I didn't say she stole my book. Stole here means you can say that she didn't stole. With permission, she had taken the book, or by requesting, or even after asking the permission. That does not mean that she stole the book.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Next one. Please try, anybody.
Can I try?
Yes, yes.
I didn't say she stole my book. So we were emphasizing on my. So this doesn't mean that she stole my book. She could have stolen some other's book also.
Very good. Next one. The last question.
Excuse me, can I say?
Yes, please.
Yeah, this one emphasizes on the word book. So I think
Yes.
it means that I didn't say she stole my book. She could have stolen something else.
Very good.
Okay.
Yes, very good.
Yes, the last question is on screen.
Yes, I am reading it. Suppose you are traveling in a metro and sitting. You are sitting there, and the elderly person is standing in front of you. You want to offer him the seat. It looks like it will hurt his pride to tag him as a senior citizen. How to offer him the seat?
I think it would be sincere.
No, your tone. You said you just use your tone and tell.
You can tell like that, sir or ma'am, whoever is in front. Would you like to sit?
Maybe one of your tone. Okay, very good. Next, anybody want to try?
Ma'am, please sit, sir, in my seat.
It's very actually it's very pointed. To be very polite, you can politely you can tell.
Maybe we can say, please have a seat.
What is Rakhi ma'am's take on this answer?
Actually, yes. Actually, all these offerings, all these, deliverances are right. But one thing we have to keep in our mind, as Sujatha ma'am said, that when the approach, will you like to sit? Actually, now when we use interrogative sentences make us more polite, right? Will you like to sit? Will you have I would be if you please sit. See, all these are our approaches should be, but as I have said that the person
Senior
is
citizen
elderly,
person.
but he
Yes.
doesn't like to tag him as a senior citizen. So
Yes.
that the approach could be, sir, I have relaxed quite some time. So
Sometime.
it is now I think it is now your time to sit and relax for some time, because you have to travel a long way. So please, so the approach should be much friendly, as if I say, oh sir, please sit, looking at his white hair and all that, he would definitely, sometimes it happens that no, I'm all right, I'm fine, please you sit, they say.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Wonderful.
So if we in a roundabout way, if we can present ourselves, that would be more acceptable. That is the
Wonderful. Thank you very much to everybody who are on the panel, Mrs. Sujatha Vaidyanathan, Mrs. Dipanwita Bhattacharya, and Rakhi Gupta ji, for giving such a wonderful speech and enlightening us.